Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and once again we're going to look at Star Wars Armada. This time we'll be looking at the Imperial Fighters expansion. It's part of Wave 1. It comes with 2 of these TIE Advanced Squadrons, 2 of these TIE Fighter Squadrons, 2 of these TIE Bomber Squadrons, and 2 of these TIE Interceptor Squadrons. No upgrade cards, though it does come with a bunch of pilot cards. So without further ado, let's take a quick look at what came with this particular expansion. Okay, so here's a very brief look at the components. It also came with some tokens, but I'm not going to cover them here. Again, most expansions come with tokens, and they usually reflect the ship classes in question. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the models. If you have the core set, then obviously you'll be familiar with this one. It's the TIE Fighter Squadron. Nothing too crazy about this here. Then you've got your TIE Advanced right here. There we go. And as you can see, it has 5 hit points, so it's pretty decent compared to the TIE Fighters 3. You've got TIE Interceptors here. These also have 3 hit points, as you can see there. And finally, the TIE Bombers. They also have 5 hit points. Okay, so squadron cards. Each ship in this game comes with a basic squadron card and a unique squadron card. Again, if you've played the core game, then you'll be somewhat familiar with this. You know, like Luke Skywalker was the special X-Wing squadron card. Then you had your basic X-Wing squadron card. But here we go. This particular expansion has your basic TIE Fighter, as you can see here. 4 movement, 3 hull strength, or 3 hit points. It has 3 anti-fighter defense dice, and then it attacks capital ships for 1. Its special ability is the Swarm ability. While attacking a squadron engaged with another squadron, you may re-roll 1 die. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. You've got Mauler Mythal as your special TIE Fighter Squadron, and his special ability, after you move, each squadron engaged with you suffers 1 damage. That's pretty powerful. Again, same stats as this one here, 4, 3, and then 3 and 1 in terms of dice. Same Swarm ability there, and it does have some defense tokens, though. It has the Brace and the, I think, what is that? The Evade? No, it's not Evade. Scatter, I think it is. Basically, it negates all damage. I think HAL Runner has that as well. But that's 15 points as opposed to 8 points. You've got TIE Advanced Squadron. Here's your basic card. 4 movement, 5 hull strength, 3 and 1 here. Then, this is a black die, though. It's worth noting that. Escort. Squadrons you are engaged with cannot attack squadrons that lack escort unless performing a counterattack. That is a cost of 12 points. And then the special card for this is Darth Vader, because who doesn't want to play as Darth Vader? TIE Advanced Squadron 4-5-4-1, as opposed to 4-5-3-1. And there's a extra black die there on the anti-fighter section. While attacking, each of your crit icons adds 1 damage to the damage total. Normally, crits have no effect when it comes to fighter attack and defense. You've got 2 Brace defense tokens down here. That costs 21 as opposed to 12. So pretty significant upgrade cost there. TIE Interceptor Squadron, this is your basic one. 5-3-4-1. So great for taking out enemy fighters, I think. Counter 2. After a squadron performs a non-counter attack against you, you may attack that squadron with an anti-squadron armament of 2 blue dice, even if you are destroyed. So great for counterattacking. It also has the Swarm ability down here, which I read off before, cost of 11 points. Soontir Fel is your special TIE Interceptor Squadron pilot. 5-3-4-1, I believe that's the same. Yeah, 5-3-4-1 there. So same stats. His special ability, after a squadron you are engaged with performs a non-counterattack, it suffers 1 damage if it did not attack you. Okay, so it sort of forces other squadrons to go after him first. Cost of 18 points as opposed to 11 here. Last but not least, the TIE Bomber Squadron. As a bomber, while attacking a ship, each of your crit icons adds 1 damage to the damage total, and you can resolve a critical effect. 4, 5, 1, 1. So not very good at taking out enemy fighters, really. More suitable for enemy capital ships. And it has the heavy status here. You do not prevent engaged squadrons from attacking ships or moving. Major Rhymer, so you've got 4, 5, 2, 1, so a little bit better in terms of anti-fighter, but really the TIE bombers are better at taking out capital ships. So 4, 5, 2, 1 there. Friendly squadrons at distance 1 can attack enemy ships at close to medium range using all the dice and their battery armament. Not too bad. Bomber and heavy, it has a cost of 16 as opposed to 9, although it has 2 defense tokens to brace from the looks of it. Alright, so there you have it. A quick look at the Imperial Fighter Squadron expansion pack for the Star Wars Armada game. As far as expansions go, I think this one is a fairly important one. The Imperials rely on their fighter squadrons because their capital ships tend to be very big and bulky. They're great for taking out enemy capital ships like frigates and Corellian corvettes, but their turbo lasers are generally too slow to take out X-Wings and Y-Wings and the like. So they rely on their fighters to stave off those X-Wings and the like. So I do think that this is a fairly good one to pick up to complement your Star Destroyers. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you can keep up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. And I also have an official website, www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. Go check that out after you're done here. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.